Now, what's happening with home prices? Well, the media coverage about what's happening with home prices can be somewhat confusing. And a large part of that is due to the type of data that's being used and what the media is choosing to draw attention to.
This is classic media bias.
For the home prices, there are two different methods used to compare home prices over different time periods. You have the year-over-year method as well as the month-over-month method. And here's an explanation of each one of them. Now, for the year-over-year comparison, that measures the change in home prices from the same time, or say month or quarter, in a previous year. So for example, if you're doing a comparison year-over-year home prices for April of 2023, you would compare them with the home prices for April of 2022. Year-over-year comparisons, they really focus on changes on one-year periods, providing a more comprehensive view of long-term trends. They're usually useful for evaluating annual growth rates and, of course, determining if the market is appreciating or depreciating. For the month-over-month, the comparison is really measuring the change in home prices from one month to the next. For instance, if you were comparing month-over-month home prices for April of 2023, you would compare them to the home prices for March of 2023. The month-over-month comparisons, they really analyze within a single month, given a more immediate snapshot of what the short-term movements are and the price fluctuations. They're often used to track immediate shifts in the demand and supply, and of course giving us the seasonal trends or the impact of specific events on the housing market. The key difference between the year-over-year and month-over-month comparisons lie in the time frames being assessed. Now, both approaches have their own merits, and they certainly serve different purposes depending on the specific analysis required. So why is this distinction so important right now?
Why now?
We're about to enter a few months where home prices could possibly be lower than what they were the same months of last year. For example, April, May, and June of 2022 were three of the best months for home prices in the history of American housing market. Those same months this year might not measure up. That means that the year-over-year comparison will most likely show values that are depreciating. And those numbers for April seem to suggest that we'll see that in the months ahead. That will generate troubling headlines that say that the house values are falling. That will be accurate on a year-to-year basis, and those headlines will lead many consumers to believe that home values are currently cascading downward.
That is certainly not the case now.
However, on a closer look, if you see the month-over-month home prices, we can see that prices have actually been appreciating for the last several months. The month-over-month numbers more accurately reflect what's truly happening with the home values. After several months of depreciation, it appears that we have hit bottom and we're bouncing back. Here in the Boise market, we have seen increases in the median price for the last 2 months using the month-over-month metrics, indicating that we have indeed come off the bottom of the market. This is a national trend, and the graph from CoreLogic using the last 16 months with the month-over-month metrics will indicate that. So if you are hearing negative headlines about home prices, remember this: they may not be painting the full picture.
You sit on a throne of lies.
For the next few months, we will be comparing prices to last year's record peak, and that may take the year-over-year comparison and make it feel a little bit negative. But if we look at the more immediate, you will see that the month-over-month trends, that house prices are actually on the way back up. There is an advantage to buying a home now. You will buy at a discount from last year's prices, and before the prices start to pick back up and get more momentum, and it's what we usually call buying at the bottom, and that is a good thing.
Good. That's a good thing.
So the bottom line is this: if you have questions about what's happening with the home prices, or if you are ready to buy a home before prices climb higher, let's connect. We do understand that interest rates are still high. However, should the rates come down, of course, you always have the opportunity to refinance down the line. We look forward to connecting with you soon and to helping you realize your real estate goals.